What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. The very first Hydra rotation is coming to an end, guys. In today's video, we're gonna have a look at the best champions that you can use for the Hydra. I'm gonna showcase you some of the best teams that are being used for Hard, Brutal, and Nightmare to kill the Hydra clan boss. I have 8 minutes, so we're gonna have to go pretty quick through the teams, but then we're gonna talk about a couple of other champions as well. Now, if we're gonna go all the way to Hard, guys, okay? You've seen I used Husk. On the next rotation, for example, they will change some affinities. We're going to have a couple of different heads coming into the play. The AoE damage reduction is going to be taken out. The cleanser is going to be taken out. So not much is going to change in terms of what champions, mechanics we need to use on the next rotation. The only thing that we might have to do is kind of take Royal Guard out and bring in a Husk instead. But that's not something that is gonna be necessarily the main thing, you know. If we're having a look right here on Hard, just to give you an idea, guys, like what sort of champions you need to one key it or to get close to it. So I have my Duchess, Lady Kimi. I have Setalia instead of Kaimar. Setalia is actually one of the top champions instead of Kaimar because we do have the heal from her as well, the cleanse, the Thermeter boost, which makes her very, very powerful. I have a Husk, I have a Royal Guard, and I have Draco for defense down and weaken since I don't have another Venus. I would prefer another Venus because I do have the HP burn. So if you have multiple copies, by any chance, who knows, some of you might have. Personally, I don't. Then we have Grateful. He actually used Dragstar. He used Stag Knight for defense down and attack down. Very awesome champion. I tried it on the free-to-play or on the test server on a previous video. I can't remember. He was doing a pretty good job. But Grateful as well, he dealt 26 million damage. Of course, he does have Duchess in there. But if you're looking at the champions he had, having Setalia, having Dragstar, Dragstar is a free champion as well, is a pretty solid team to get 26 million damage on Hard. So I was a bit wrong here. I'm not gonna go around it. I said I don't think enemy max HP champions will be as efficient on hard mode as on Brutal and Nightmare. Clearly, I was wrong. I wasn't talking the right stuff, but they are very, very efficient there as well. We have Bart. He actually used the Sifi, 2 Royal Guards, Setalia, Arbiter, and he used Inquisitor Shamael. I've told you, Inquisitor Shamael is still at the top of the meta, guys. And 25.36 million damage. Riven, he actually went with Mashaled. He went with Yannicka, he went with Royal Huntsman, Lady Kimi, with Ryan the Conjurer, and with Inquisitor Shamael at 20.5 million damage. I'm not sure if it was a big struggle for him to achieve it. The main idea is that it is possible to do it with champions like that as well. We have DJ, 10 million damage. He actually went with Raglin, Battle Khazar, Venus, 2 Trandas, and with Inquisitor Shamael. Funny enough, Tranda, she does deal tons of damage with an A2 on the head of Torment, at least on this rotation. That's still a thing that's happening, you know. Then we have Paurik with 9.9 million damage. We have Mashald, we have Royal Huntsman, Lady Kimi, we have Ryan the Conjurer, a Royal Guard, and we have Shamael in the team. Pretty good. So for whoever has similar champions, the empowerment is not something that, wow, he did this damage because of the empowerment. Trust me, it's not the case. Of course, it does improve your champions, but it's not the main thing. And we have Dala with 7 million with a similar team. And Max, kind of like a bit of a different approach here. He does have a Royal Guard, a Tranda, a Rector Dread, and we have Suzerain Khatun. And you need 20.4 million damage to one key that guy. So definitely something that you can achieve if you have a bunch of similar champions that I showcased you here to get a 2 key or a 1 key, depending on what you have available. On Brutal, I'm not Grateful. Okay, so he actually used the Dracomorph in here with Kaimar and the team that I made. Paurik, he actually used Venus. Pretty much the same thing that I've done since I used my Lydia on a Nightmare. That's what I've done with that team. Arsalan with 2 Hanarak. We have Kymar, we have Brockney, we have Venus, and 2 Royal Guards. So actually, you don't need a Reviver in there, since Brockney and Tuhanarak, they can keep your Royal Guards alive without a problem. 33.5 million damage from that team. Zorua going with Tuhanarak instead of Krisk, pretty smooth. Riven, the same, Tuhanarak, Brockney, Venus, 2 Royal Guards, Kymar, pretty good. Mr. Bart, he went in here with Lady Kimi, he went with Duchess, what's her name? Lydia, Royal Guard Husk, and Renegade, and he dealt 31.03 million damage with the Renegade. I don't think that Kymar is really in there only to reset the skills of for the champions. I find him very important to be in there to strip the buffs that they get stolen from your team, you know? But him going with Renegade in there is actually pretty sweet to see that they were able to get that damage. Snatched, for example, more interesting team here. We have a Royal Guard, we have Lydia, we have Inquisitor Shamael, Suzerain Khatoon again, we have a Husk, and we have a Sifi. So that team all around, for Brutal, doing 30 million damage is pretty impressive the way it is. Darkness, he had Tuhanarak instead of Krisk there. And we have Robako, he actually has a Mashald, a Venus, a Brockney, a Krisk, Arbiter, and Shamael. 27 million damage. So super close to that 1 key. I'm sure if he was gonna retry it more, he was able to get that damage done. I'm actually pretty impressed to see that no enemy max HP took him to so much damage. I remember he actually shared the screenshot yesterday to show us the team. Then we have Captain Oli with Brockney, Shamael, Venus as well, pretty interesting. Cupidus, Venus in here, Tuhanarak, Arbiter, interesting as well. Cedric, we have Poison Detonation, 2 keys for 24.65 million damage. Okay. Poison Detonation, I guess they can take you up to like 10 to 15 million per difficulty. I find that from there, it's gonna be hard to keep your team alive, you know? And that's kind of like what else we have in here. More Poison Detonation. I have 51 seconds. That's why I'm just scrolling all the way at the bottom. We see the teams, kind of to give you an idea, guys, what champions to save if you have any. On Nightmare, that's kind of like what we have here. Pretty much the team I've made is the dominant team here, guys. 2 Royal Guards, Duchess, Kymar, Lydia, Krisk. That's kind of like the team that runs. Here, for example, we went with Mother Sibel instead of Krisk. Box actually took a way different approach to it. We have a Kolhar, we have a Venus, we have a Norog in here, Mother Sibel. But 3 keys is still not bad at all, actually. Not bad at all. We get to collect the rewards today as well, guys, to see where we are with what we collected. Then we're going to continue to talk about other champions that I haven't really seen in here being used as much, you know? Okay, and there it is, the rotation. Pray for the best. Let's get the loot and go back to our champions discussion here. Okay, so we actually got some nice pieces. 6-star, definitely not bad. Stone skins, I actually needed a good chest piece. Not the right one. Definitely not the right one. That's a beautiful shield. 2 fragments from there. What do we have from here? Okay, 3 fragments. Decent. Damn, not a good chest piece. I really need a good chest piece from that set, man, from Stone Skin. That's kind of like the thing that I'm following to get. You get a bunch of clan gold, honestly. It's definitely not bad if you can do this once a week to get so much clan gold, because you're getting around 2k with the chest that I'm collecting right now. You will be able, I think, to get close to buy a legendary tome from the clan shop. I might be wrong because I can't remember the price 100%. Flats again, so many flats, unbelievable. Flat again, and it's mythical. Flat again. Welcome to the flat party. Is lovely. A lovely flat party. We are getting kind of like the minimum of fragments there. And we have the Nightmare. Okay, we got a nice shield, which could have potential. Stone Skin, that's a beautiful weapon. Beautiful shield. Beautiful protection one. Double on speed directly. Man, I'm praying. This one, you want to have tons of speed on this set if you want to make it viable. flat boots with no, decent boots with no speed, and flat boots again. C'est la vie, mon ami. 4 fragments, again the minimum. And again the minimum on fragments, please. Yes, we got a chest piece. Okay, we got a chest piece. We got another beautiful chest piece. Defense boots, not bad. Flat. Okay, so we cashed in a couple of very good pieces of gear. In terms of fragments, guys, let's see where we are after one full rotation, 1 month of Hydra. We are at... Where are we? Let's see. 64 fragments. Decent. Decent. Not too bad, actually. I was just trying to think with other previous weeks what amount of fragments I got, but it's pretty decent. 64. I think I got 15 fragments today. I might be wrong. I can't remember exactly what I was. But, okay. Leaving this on the side, guys. If we're going back at the champions, okay? The next rotation will bring in kind of like the force champions to the top. Norog is going to be an amazing champion in there as well. For the simple fact that he's going to have this, okay? Block buffs for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. But the only problem is that he is magic affinity. So he's not the best champion to be in there. I still feel like a Lady Kimi could have a better potential. We have the Head of Rat in there, which is going to require us to have some sort of tankiness on our team. Revivers. I feel like Revivers will be a must on this rotation. Since if we're going all the way back, we can actually check the rotation, guys. So if you see, we have these heads in here. 2 force heads, 1 spirit, 1 magic. Norog could be fine in here as well. The main idea is, if you're managing to kill this head as soon as possible, you're gonna be in a safer place. You wanna have block debuffs because of this head, okay? Head of Blight. The toxic clouds that he places on the heads are gonna be annoying. Either you have HP burn. The good part is that we don't have a cleanser in there. So if we're going in with HP burn, we're gonna be able to counter the poison clouds, but you gotta make sure you are landing them before. If by any chance you are not landing them before, we do have this awesome epic champion, which I haven't really talked about him before, for the Hydra, but he doesn't attack the enemies when he lands the HP burn. So because of it, he's gonna be able to debuff them even with the toxic cloud on. So this is a champion to keep in mind, guys, if you're gonna struggle with the Head of Blight. Mordecai is gonna be awesome there because he doesn't actually target the enemies. Same with Draco, he's kind of gonna do the same sort of thing. The only thing is he doesn't really bring that much to the table. I feel like a Cisia Flame Tongue is gonna be huge this time around on this rotation. So if we're going all the way to Demon Spawns, she was on a 10x yesterday. She has Weaken, Defense down. If you're putting HP burn on all the heads, she's granting an extra turn, bringing her into this skill. Detonate 1 of the HP burn tick per every head. Deal some damage, land defense down and weaken. I feel like she's gonna be better than Venus on this rotation, at least in my opinion, because we're gonna be able to ramp in tons and tons of damage with her. I'm definitely gonna try her out for my team, at least on Brutal, if not on Nightmare, depending on how many things I gotta shift around. I need to see. But Cisia is gonna be awesome for the job as well. Tyrant, Magic Affinity, Kaimar is still gonna be very, very powerful to strip buffs. The only problem is weak hits when he actually hits the enemies, and we have 2 force in there. So Setalia is gonna be even better because she just strips them without attacking the enemy. I already talked about Setalia a few minutes ago, but this is kind of like the sweet spot, and she has super short cooldowns, guys. This is an amazing skill to help your team out, you know. Especially on the previous rotation, when if you didn't have a Shamael or to Hanorach, something to cleanse your team constantly from that fear, she was actually coming in play spot on. And yeah, these are kind of like a bunch of good champions to use to replace Kaimar. I kind of wanted to give you a bit of an idea that I didn't really mention it directly, but Ryan the Conjurer as well, if you don't have a Kaimar, I feel like she's going to be very powerful too. You have the revive, block buffs. I feel like she might be the one to go with on this rotation, since you have two Force champions already. You have the Revive, you have the Weaken, strip buffs on a 3-turn cooldown. Madame Series as well. She's on a 4-turn cooldown, and she does have decreased attack, which is pretty powerful. But guys, that was kind of all for this video. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what sort of teams they've been used, in what sort of combinations, with what sort of champions. You've seen Brogni, many top champions. They are at the top of the food chain. Much love to all of you guys watching. Appreciate you all, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.